Thank you very much, and thanks for coming here today. We're here today because NATO is meeting in Chicago this weekend, and it's doing a number of things. Most importantly, it is saying that the troops are having to stay in Afghanistan. There are 100,000 troops there. They have been there for more than 10 years. The number of deaths in Afghanistan has grown. The number of Afghan people who have died has grown. The war is not being won, but they tell us we have to stay there. And they tell us we have to stay there because they say the only way we can stop being attacked on the streets of London is to carry on killing people in Afghanistan. That is a lie. We've killed up to 1 million people in Iraq. We've killed tens of thousands in Afghanistan. Thousands of people in Pakistan are killed by drone attacks. And the world is a much more dangerous place than it was 10 years ago. Terrorism has not been reduced by the war on terror, it has grown. And they say to us that these wars are justified by bringing democracy and women's liberation to the people of Afghanistan. There is no democracy there, and the women's position is as bad as it has ever been. There is no freedom, there is no democracy. Malalai Joya, the former MP, who wanted to go to Chicago to demonstrate this week, has made it absolutely clear. The pro-Western government colludes in denying women their rights. It colludes in making this an undemocratic country. And therefore the occupation isn't just neutral, it is something that is making the situation worse. If you look at the strategy for NATO, it is that they are spending millions of pounds training up the Afghan soldiers and police to take over from the occupying troops from 2014. But those same Afghan soldiers and police are killing British and American troops when they get the chance. This tells you that they have not won the hearts and minds of the people of Afghanistan, just as they didn't win the hearts and minds in Iraq, and just as they didn't in Vietnam or any of the other wars that they've been engaged in. And we are here today to say enough is enough. We don't want war in Afghanistan, we want the troops out. We don't want attacks on Syria and Iran in the name of humanitarian intervention. The only people who can decide the future of the Middle East are the people of the Middle East themselves. And Britain and America have done enough damage over the last decades in the Middle East without adding to it by backing the bombing that Israel wants to carry out on Iran, or by invading or bombing Syria. This has to stop. It has to stop now. This is the message we are saying here, and it's the message that we should say, that the people in Chicago will be saying as well. There is one final point about this. It was announced yesterday that the war in Afghanistan has cost £17.5 billion to British taxpayers. That is excluding defence spending. This is on top of defence spending. Yet we are told we don't have money for welfare, we don't have money for housing, we don't have money for education, but there is always money for war, and there is always money for Trident and for the new missile shield they're trying to introduce in Eastern Europe. All of this has to stop as well. These people are the armed wing of the economic system which is trying to reduce the people of Greece to the kind of suffering that they'd like all of us to have to live under. The people of Greece have said no to them in their elections. The people of France voted for a socialist president who wants to withdraw the troops by 2012. We have to make it clear to our government we are not putting up with austerity, we are not putting up with war. No to NATO, troops out, and no attacks in the Middle East.
Thanks very